Giant net fishing is a traditional method that has long existed in many coastal cultures. It requires close coordination between many people to create a large net, usually made from strong rope and can stretch for hundreds of meters. The giant net is usually dropped into the sea or river, enclosing a large area where fish often live. Once the net is dropped, the participants will begin to pull the net from many directions, creating a closed circle, forcing the fish into a small area, making it easier to catch. This process requires dexterity and strength, as the net is very heavy and must be controlled precisely so as not to damage the fish. Giant nets are not only effective tools for catching fish, but also a symbol of solidarity and cooperation within the fishing community. Using large nets also helps protect the environment and maintain sustainable aquatic resources when fishermen fish responsibly. Avoiding overexploitation when fishing with giant nets. In addition to technical factors, meticulous preparation is also required in advance. Before each trip, fishermen must carefully check, repair and prepare the nets, ensuring there are no tears or damage. Organization is also very important. Fishermen need to clearly assign tasks to each person, from dropping the net, holding the net to pulling it up. When the net is pulled ashore, the next job is to classify the fish and preserve them carefully to ensure product quality. In particular, this fishing method not only brings economic efficiency but is also part of folk culture, passed down through generations. Rituals before and after each fishing trip. Stories about the sea and shared experiences all enrich the cultural value of the community. However, in the modern context, maintaining and developing this method still faces major challenges such as environmental pollution and changes in aquatic resources, requiring fishermen to apply sustainable methods and cooperate closely with environmental protection organizations. Therefore, giant net fishing is not only a method of survival but also a unique cultural feature, connecting people with nature, and is a lesson in perseverance, solidarity, and responsibility for natural resources. In addition to technical and cultural factors, giant net fishing also reflects fishermen's deep understanding of the marine environment. They often choose the right time and place to ensure the highest efficiency in each trip. Choosing the time to drop the net, such as at high or low tide, is an important factor in increasing the ability to catch the most fish. Experienced fishermen often rely on natural signs such as fish movements, wind direction or other natural phenomena to determine the area to cast their nets. One of the factors that makes the giant net fishing method special is the community. Fishermen cannot do this work alone, but must have a harmonious coordination between many people. Each person plays an important role in the process of pulling the net, creating a connection between people, and at the same time with nature and the sea. Thanks to that solidarity, this method has maintained its vitality through many generations, creating a close-knit, united fishing community. However, like many other traditional fishing methods, giant nets are also facing major problems due to environmental changes and increasingly depleted aquatic resources. The application of environmental protection measures, such as reducing overfishing, protecting fish breeding areas, or using nets that do not harm small marine creatures, is becoming increasingly important. The transformation of this method, combined with modern technology and an understanding of conservation, will help fishermen continue to maintain their traditional occupation, protect marine resources and develop sustainably in the future. Therefore, giant net fishing is not only an effective fishing method but also a symbol of perseverance, intelligence and love for the sea. It is not only a part of history but can also be an important part of the strategy to protect marine resources. Helping fishermen maintain a stable and sustainable life. Although giant net fishing can bring in a significant income, it is not without its difficulties and challenges for fishermen. Long daily trips under harsh weather conditions require fishermen to be not only physically fit but also patient and determined. Big storms or strong winds can threaten the lives and property of fishermen, and cause great damage to fishing equipment. Therefore, giant net fishing is a difficult but also very proud profession, bringing not only economic but also spiritual value to those who do the job. In addition, the development of the modern fishing industry and the increase of mechanized means are gradually changing this traditional fishing method. Large fishing vessels, using trawls and advanced technologies, have replaced giant nets in many areas. However, in some fishing communities, maintaining this method is not only for the purpose of making a living but also for preserving part of the cultural heritage, helping the next generation better understand how their ancestors were attached to the sea and developed their profession. With advances in applying environmental protection and sustainable development methods, fishermen can improve the quality of their catches while maintaining ecological balance. For example, many fishermen are now switching to nets with appropriate mesh sizes to limit the capture of small fish, allowing fish species to have the opportunity to grow and reproduce, thereby ensuring long-term resources. Such initiatives are proof that traditional fishing methods can continue to develop, if applied scientifically and reasonably. In short, giant net fishing is not only a livelihood but also an indispensable part of the cultural life of many coastal communities. With the combination of tradition and innovation, this fishing industry can still survive and develop, contributing to maintaining the life of the ocean and protecting precious natural resources for future generations. To ensure the sustainable development of giant net fishing, support from policies and programs to protect marine resources is needed. Management agencies need to implement strict monitoring measures to ensure that fishermen comply with regulations on fishing seasons, limits on the size of fish allowed to be caught, and no fishing areas to protect rare fish species as well as breeding areas. At the same time, environmental protection organizations should also actively cooperate with fishermen to provide knowledge and tools to help them apply responsible fishing methods. Minimizing negative impacts on the marine ecosystem. In addition, developing community tourism associated with traditional fishing can be a new direction to help fishermen maintain their jobs and increase their income. Visitors can join the fishermen on experiential trips, witness the giant net fishing process, learn about methods of protecting marine resources and participate in conservation activities. This is not only an opportunity to promote unique cultural beauty but also helps create a stable source of income for fishing communities, reducing pressure from overexploitation of the sea. Along with changes in awareness and actions of fishermen, communities and management agencies, the conservation of giant net fishing will not only help protect marine resources but also enrich the cultural life of coastal communities. This also reflects the harmony between tradition and sustainable development, where people, the sea and nature can coexist and develop in harmony to maintain the sustainability and conservation of giant net fishing. It is essential to educate and raise awareness among the younger generation about the importance of this traditional method. Young people need to have access to knowledge about fishing traditions, understand the cultural values and the deep connection between fishermen and the sea. At the same time, equipping them with the necessary skills to master the profession, and applying scientific, safe and environmentally friendly fishing methods is an important factor for the long-term survival of this profession. Schools and community organizations can organize courses, Workshops or field trips to give the younger generation the opportunity to learn about traditional fishing, and the importance of protecting marine resources. In addition, encouraging innovative initiatives in the use of technology to improve work efficiency and minimize environmental impacts will also help the giant net fishing method not only maintain its traditional character, but also be in line with the development trend of modern society. The combination of tradition and innovation not only creates a sustainable career model, but also helps strengthen the community's love and respect for nature. Young fishermen, when fully equipped with knowledge and skills, can apply scientific and technical advances to fishing work, minimizing the use of fishing gear that has a negative impact on the ecosystem. This not only helps protect aquatic resources but also contributes to creating a healthy living environment for both fishermen and future generations. In the context of the world increasingly facing challenges of climate change, environmental pollution and resource degradation, giant net fishing is one of the symbols of human resilience and perseverance with nature. If maintained and developed responsibly, this method can continue to be an important source of livelihood for coastal communities, while helping to preserve the precious traditional cultural values of the nation. Finally, giant net fishing is not only a means of livelihood but also a living testament to the connection between people and the ocean, between ancient values and sustainable development in the modern world. Preserving this profession not only brings economic benefits, but also contributes to environmental protection, maintaining biodiversity and developing sustainable communities in the future. In addition to efforts to preserve traditional fishing, creating financial and technical support opportunities for fishermen also plays an important role in maintaining giant net fishing. Governments and NGOs can implement programs to support capital, training and equipping modern tools to help fishermen continue to pursue the profession without facing too much financial risk. Providing concessional loans or occupational insurance programs will also help fishermen cope with possible losses during their fishing activities, especially in difficult years due to climate change or natural disasters.